Hello, BookTube, and greetings from a gray and rainy Boston. A very different proposal than yesterday, for instance, when it was gorgeous and warm and bright blue skies and gentle late summer breezes were blowing through the window and I didn't feel like moving from my couch. Today is a grim day, so I don't mind making tons of videos. In fact, I enjoy it. And the one thing we haven't done yet today is mail. I have the morning's mail. I am currently in the middle of an upheaval in terms of mail. My UPS driver is changing, my FedEx driver is changing, and my US mail truck driver is changing. So this week, I have no idea when anybody is going to arrive. They all had their set schedules before, but they're all different now, and every driver has a different schedule. So I have no idea. But this morning, I got 2 packages, and they're fairly big. One is an envelope, and one is a box. So I thought that's enough for a mail. And besides, the little bean is extremely eager to get to the mail. We haven't done it yet today, and she likes it as much as I do. So we'll start with this. One of these vacuum-packed cardboard things that you have to tear apart. And then you will want this, yes? Yes. Oh, yes. Get a purchase on it. There you go. Oh, great. Fantastic. I do want to take a look at her. Now, Frida, don't hit the computer. I have to find a different place to charge that Chromebook. If she's going to thrash around on there, she's going to knock it over every time. Oh, God. Are we going to watch it happen in real time? Well, anyway. The important thing is me, anyway. So this is a finished copy of Srinath Ravagam's Fierce Enigmas. I read this already. I can't wait to read it again. I will gladly read it again. I thought it was amazingly good. It's due in late October, and the subtitle is A History of the United States in South Asia. And this is the finished copy. What an amazing picture. What an amazing picture. I thought this was really impressive. Most accounts of the relationship between the United States and South Asia tend to focus on limited periods of time, especially the early Cold War, or limited subjects, especially high politics, or on relationships between the United States and individual countries in the region, especially India. While this body of scholarship has enriched our understanding of the United States in South Asia, we still lack a broader account. 25 years after the end of the Cold War, treating the history of American involvement in the region primarily as a subset of Washington's antagonism towards the former Soviet Union seems decidedly inadequate. And I hadn't even thought of that until I read this and realized that I had been viewing it largely through that lens in previous books. In this book, the author argues that to understand contemporary American policy in the region, we need to look behind and beyond the Cold War and place South Asia in the longer history of the United States' ascent to global dominance. So this starts off with the 18th century, which books like this never do. And it moves on, and I loved it. I can't wait to read it again, because I'll pick up a lot of new details that way. And also I want to review it. But the impression that I got was large. I was impressed by the big picture look. Not every author can pull that off, even when they say they want to. Bean, you're making a lot of noise. So this is actually a recommendation. Those of you who are interested, this is a recommendation. It's engrossing reading. So that's great. That's a great way to start. And then the next thing is a box. It's not very heavy, so it might just be one of those things where somebody decided to put one book in a box instead of in an envelope. But if we're lucky, it might be a finished copy of something interesting. We shall see. We shall see. You don't want the foam. Foam could be bad for you, so we'll just give you the box. But how are you going to handle a box, Frida? It's as big as you are. She doesn't seem to care. Everything in the world is as big as she is, and she doesn't care. She goes straight for it. All right, there you go. What are you going to be able to do with that? she's stepping inside of it to destroy it. Oh my little warrior princess. She's incredible. All right, what do we got? Oh, fantastic. Oh my God. Oh, amazing. Okay. This is also an October release. Boy, I didn't realize until this moment that I was actually waiting for this. This is the beautiful, finished copy of Adam Zamoyski's enormous new biography of Napoleon Bonaparte. Wow, wonderful. Okay. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, and it has a blurb from Andrew Roberts, who did the last doorstop biography of Napoleon Bonaparte a few years ago, Napoleon the Great. It was what it was called in the UK. It was just called Napoleon a Life, same as this in America. I don't know why. Napoleon the Great, I might hate the idea of it, but it's a better title for a book. This is Adam Zamaisky's, his own essay on the subject. Wow. Fantastic. Okay. So this is just the author cuts through the mythology that has spun up around his subject. I guarantee you he doesn't do that. Drawing on verifiable primary sources and a keen understanding of 18th and 19th century French culture to re-examine how Napoleon came to achieve what he did and how it all came undone. Unlike previous historians writing in English, Zamoyski makes use of Napoleon's full, revised, and unredacted correspondence in the original French, and he remains skeptical of the more dubious sources like the famous memoir by the Duchess d'Abrantes, which was written by her lover, the novelist Balzac, 30 years after the events. He stresses that to understand Napoleon, we must truly understand the world he lived in. He came of age during an extraordinary period in European history as the social consequences of the Enlightenment unleashed new forces across the continent, and every major power in Europe was engaged in a scramble for dominion that led to territorial aggrandizements. Napoleon may have become a belligerent tyrant whose military conquest wrought immense suffering, but we shouldn't forget that his contemporaries harbored similar ambitions. And so it begins. But, anyway, it doesn't matter anyway, because I love this author. I never miss anything that he writes. And I have not got around to the advanced copy of this, so that's terrible. It's full of color illustrations. There is Roger Daltrey from The Who, and a bunch of others. Wow, okay, great. This is just a beautiful hardcover. This will be out in late October. It will still be in bookstores for the holiday season. That's, I'm sure, what was intended. Okay, so that's great. That's two great books. So we have Napoleon by Adam Zamaisky, and we have Fierce Enigmas by Srinath Raghavan. That's our mail haul for now. There might be more. I don't really know, because my mail schedules are in flux. If there's more, you'll be the first to know. But in the meantime, I'm going to clean up the mess that my bean has made, but I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.